Another Sunday coming. Another fun day coming.
Sunday fun day.
It's go time. It's fun day right now, too.
You know, what do you think of Patrick Mahomes? He's in a lot of these State Farm movies.
State Farm commercials?
Movies. These are no longer commercials.
I think Crybaby Mahomes is a little overrated. You know that already? What's going on, everybody? It's your host with the most, Rubizmo, the Gizmo, checking in once again with the one and only Psycho Geno. Eugene today. There it is, Eugene, just consistently changing. I can't wait for him to check in one day and be like, this is Bob.
You know what I need? I need to work on my intro like you clearly have done.
I've done it a few times, and I like it.
Yes.
I really like it. It's starting to stick with me. But today, we're jumping right into it. No fluff.
Right.
No thrills, no frills.
Right.
We're going straight to the meat of the day discussion. This is time for football. It is week 6.
The Shield.
Protect the Shield. It's time to do a quick review on Thursday night and give you the heads up for these upcoming Sunday games.
Quick review. The Patriots are amazing. The Giants are not.
That was a pretty quick review. I would say the Patriots are not as good as they look. But the Giants aren't as bad as they look. I think maybe Eli starts that game. He wins that game because he just has the Patriot number. And
yeah, he does.
Your boy Danny Dimes just couldn't stop throwing picks, it felt like at one point. Patriots have a fluff schedule, and they're fortunate because they do not look good early in games. And it shows. Their defense keeps scoring. Their special teams is scoring. That's fantastic.
Right.
But if they're playing against a team with a formidable or competent offense at all, heck, even a healthy Giants team, I think their defense might get exposed. So
you think that means who? Who is that? You say a formidable offense? Who is that?
If they're playing against the Rams, if they're playing against the Chiefs, if they're
great.
playing against the Texans,
They're looking suspect.
If they played the Chargers,
Texans look suspect at times.
Oh,
Chargers shoot themselves in the foot.
I don't know if any of the teams look that suspect because they've actually played talented football teams and not these high school programs that the Patriots keep getting to play. But they take care of business,
right?
Just like you're supposed to. You play a bad team, beat that bad team down. They're doing that. Brady with these stupid passes, they go to his running back and behind the line of scrimmage to Julian Edelman. Okay, yeah, the numbers look nice at the end, but okay, we'll see.
They're winning, so
they're winning. Hey, it's working for them.
You know what I like? No one is even talking about how old Tom Brady is anymore. No one even cares.
I am. I saw that wobbly pass he threw down the field to Julian Edelman.
But they're winning. It's not even a story anymore because it's like, okay, he's old, but who cares because they're winning.
I don't think anyone's really talking about the Patriots in general because they're not playing anyone. It's like when a boxer is 15-0 and they just beat up on a bunch of taxi cab drivers. It's like, yeah, but
you don't think it's because the storyline is that they're great and there's nothing else to say about that.
So you've got 19-0.
Huh?
You have 19-0.
No, they're going to lose.
Oh, okay. So you think there's someone going to
I think they're great is what I think.
I think they could be great. I just haven't had a barometer to see.
I have. Fair. Last year was a barometer.
That was last year. Teams change. Gronk's not there.
That's it. And you know what? Gronk is always hurt anyways.
Brady's a year older.
That doesn't mean anything.
He looked terrible in the Super Bowl.
He looked
bad in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so did Goff.
The Goff threw what should have been 2 touchdown passes.
Brandon Cooks.
I'm coming at you, Cooks. I'm still coming at you. Let's look forward real quick. Let's jump ahead right into the games. You won last week. You outdid me.
I will always win.
You probably will get smoked this week. I got a good line on the games.
This is the 15 out of 16, correct?
What?
You will get 15 out of 16 picks.
I said
correct.
Yeah, I said if I can get a little bit of time. I don't know if I said 15 out of 16, but it was a hard teen out of teen. Yeah, I have a pretty good guess that I could probably get about 13 of these.
How many picks do we have?
1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 12. Looks like 14.
It looks like
13.
Can you verify?
13. Yeah, that's right.
13. So how many would you get?
I should get at least double digits.
Double digits?
Minimum 10. Minimum 10.
So you're getting 10.
I'd expect to get 10. I'd have got an 11 because I would have picked the Patriots to win on Thursday.
Yeah, anyone would have done that. How many did you get last week?
I know I don't have it in front of me. I think it was 8, and I think you had 9.
Yeah. Okay.
But it was a weird week last week.
No, it wasn't.
The Cowboys loss was funny. The Chiefs loss was funny.
That was funny.
The Bears loss, that was funny.
That was not funny. It was predictable.
A lot of favorites.
I made 2 out of those picks I got right. I disagree with this funny thing.
Did you pick Arizona for Cincinnati?
I did not, but I was not surprised.
No, I'm just saying. I picked the biggest upset, I feel like.
That was the Raiders beating the Bears.
That's arguable. They'll pick this one. We got Carolina at Tampa Bay.
Well, it's
At.
not at Tampa.
At Tampa, at London.
At London.
The London Buccaneers.
The London Buccaneers.
Currently, Panthers are 2.5-point favorite.
First off, I'm supposed to guess.
You are supposed to guess. You weren't going to go 2.5. You're probably going to go something like
I
1.
never know what I was going to say now. So can you say that one more time?
Panthers at the Bucks.
Uh-huh.
At London.
Uh-huh.
Give us all your take.
And you said -2.5?
-2.5.
Are the Panthers.
Okay.
So the Bucks are +2.5. I like the Bucks to cover.
Like the Bucks to cover. Do you like the Bucks to win?
I do.
Wow. So you're all in on Jameis at this point.
I am not. And you know what? Jameis may screw me because he's Jameis, and this is what he does. So when he needs to show up, he doesn't. And when everyone's, wrote him off,
right,
he wins.
Huh.
But I picked him to lose against the Saints last week, and that's what happened. And I think the Panthers have this win streak will end in London.
So you think this comes to an end because of Kyle Allen's ineptitude, or do you think the Buccaneers are just that good?
I think the Bucks will put up points faster than what the Panthers have faced lately, because the Panthers believe they have this amazing pass rush, and they do, but they've also been playing quarterbacks that are prone to fumbles, including Jameis. And so they may get a turnover here or there, but I don't think they score from these turnovers like they've been doing lately. And I don't think CMC MVP candidate, CMC, Christian McCaffrey, for anyone who doesn't know who that is, has quite as big a game as he had last week, but he still does his thing. I think it comes down to Allen yet again, which I have Allen. I'm starting him in one of my leagues, so I think he airs it out a bit, but I like the Bucks.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like Buccaneers in this one. I don't know.
Aren't you a Panther fan?
I am a Cam Newton fan, certainly. So as long
Are
as
you a Carolina Panther fan?
No, I'm a Cam Newton fan. I support my friends. Everyone knows who listens to this. Cam and I are friends. We've spoken on the phone multiple occasions, and so he's not quarterbacking. My last check, he just got off the walking boot. I just don't believe in Kyle Allen. I don't think they're as good as they've looked these past few weeks. They've played suspect competition, as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
And I think the Buccaneers are a better team. CMC didn't do that great against them last time I saw. Like, he barely had, 30 yards rushing?
Yeah, they stuffed them on the 4th and 1.
Yeah, they did, when Cam couldn't go over the pile. So I don't see any reason that would change. I think Mike Evans is going to have a pretty big game, to be honest with you.
It's either him or it's him and Godwin every other week.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Thielen and Diggs.
Except it's always Thielen.
Not true. It's literally been every other week.
Diggs has done nothing other than one game.
It's been Thielen, Diggs. Aaron, please educate this man. Pull up the stats while we're waiting. It goes Thielen, Diggs, and it's gone Godwin. Maybe it went Godwin, Evans, Godwin.
Godwin has been great every game. Evans has just joined him one time on a pass against the Giants. It was like one bomb, and he caught that for a touchdown.
What? Whoa! He had 3 tubs that one game against the Giants.
When? This year?
Evans.
No.
Yeah.
We're thinking of 2 different games.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we're thinking of 2 different games.
Mike Evans had 3 touchdowns in one game this year.
You're thinking Chris Godwin had a huge game.
That was Evans. Mike Evans had 3 touchdowns.
Well, then we are confusing our players up.
There is no we. You are confused.
No, you are absolutely.
I am absolutely right.
Evans had a huge game against the Giants, but it was all based off of that huge catch.
He had a game with 3 touchdowns.
Well, then that's the same game.
Yeah, and that's the game Godwin didn't go off.
So you're saying against the Giants, Godwin had a bad game. That's your back and forth theory.
My back and forth was it was an Evans game.
But it hasn't gone back and forth.
What are you looking at? No. What are you saying?
Evans, 100%. It was the Giants game.
Yeah.
So we're thinking of the same game.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was 3 touchdowns.
And it was 3. It was 3 touchdowns.
And Chris Godwin had 40 yards in that game.
And that was down.
That was down.
And then the other games,
it's all Godwin.
Yeah.
It's been Godwin, Evans, Godwin.
That's what I said. So this is Evans.
But that would be 2-to-1 ratio.
Okay, but with Thielen and Diggs, it's gone Thielen, Diggs. Well, it's gone Thielen, Diggs.
I don't know about that.
You're gonna trust me.
We'll see.
Just trust me.
Well, we'll see what your belief system is.
If it is what it is, this weekend is a Diggs weekend. Everyone,
all right.
Keep that in mind. That's just how it's went. I hope it doesn't happen. I have Thielen in 2 leagues.
Fantasy take on Panthers Bucks, 6:30 a.m. for us.
I'm watching that game.
Are you starting every Panther you have?
I don't own Panthers.
I'm just saying, if you have Panthers, are you throwing them all out there?
CMC.
That's it. Everyone else take it. Greg Olsen?
If you have Greg Olsen, start Greg Olsen.
Okay. No love for. What about if you have O.J. Howard?
I don't like O.J. Howard.
What
I
if
think
it's
he's overrated.
He likes baseball, kind of like you.
I saw him catch the foul ball.
That doesn't sugar him up to you at all.
No, he's
Caught more foul balls than pass.
I don't care about O.J. Howard. I really don't.
So starting both receivers, obviously.
For the Bucks,
For
yeah.
the Bucks. Are you starting Jameis? Are you avoiding him?
If you have a better option, start Jameis. If not, start Jameis. If you have Jameis Winston, you know what you're dealing with. You absolutely know what you're dealing with. So you start him. Just know it's an early game.
So do you think it's a top 12 this week?
Ooh, no, I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Next game, Seattle at Cleveland.
Okay, so Seattle is traveling to Cleveland. I think the Seahawks are -2.5 on the road.
-1.
Dang.
Baker, money maker.
That's a pick 'em.
Mm-hmm. What's your pick?
Seahawks.
You're taking Seahawks
Yeah, I like Seahawks.
and to cover?
Absolutely. I don't know how you. Yes.
All right. Well, I mean, the Browns looked terrible last week. They seem to play to the level of their competition, which means the Niners are trash, apparently.
I told you we see the
Browns
Niners
are trash.
differently. I like the Niners.
I think this is a squeaky wheel gets the oil game. I think Odell could have a really, really big game.
Is he squeaky?
He's quiet when they win. He only had like 2 catches against the Ravens and nothing came of it. He's been doing a little chatting since they lost against the Niners with his 2 catches.
What did he say?
I don't have to quote. Aaron will have to pull it for us. I don't have to quote for. I just know that he's been a little more chatty than normal this week.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes a difference when it comes to the actual W's and L's because the Seahawks, I think, are a good team. I think the Seahawks probably win this game, despite how great Odell is going to be. And since I have him on every fantasy team, I hope he is great.
I don't know why you think he's going to be so great.
The Seahawks defense is suspect in that secondary. Their front is strong, but their secondary is getting torched by everyone. Teddy Two Gloves played well against them. Andy Dalton has played well against them. Kyler Murray is, but they give up way more than what you're accustomed to seeing Seattle do.
This is true. This is very true. Who do you have winning?
I have Seattle winning. And I have them
Covering.
The 1 point isn't a big deal.
Are we
to
the
me.
same so far?
So far, we are the same. So, you keep this up and you can't lose.
I mean, I didn't lose last time.
Well, we'll see what happens this week. Philadelphia, Minnesota.
Fly, Eagles, fly. And the people purple eaters.
What do you have on the spread for this game? Philly at Minnesota.
Philly at Minnesota. I have Minnesota -2.5.
-3.5.
3.5.
That's a field goal that's going to really bite you on the backside.
3.5.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Eagles.
You like the Eagles to walk into Minnesota, that spaceship, and get
And
it
to
done.
cover. Yeah, I like them to cover.
All right. I'm sorry. You know what? I completely apologize to the fantasy listening audience who was needed that advice in Cleveland, Seattle. Seattle side of the ball, anyone you're playing, anyone you're sitting, anyone you're benching.
Oh, are you kidding me? Seattle side, you play or you start. You start Chris Carson. If you got Russell, Hustling, Bustling, and Wilson, you take Russell and you start him. If you have Tyler Lockett, you start him. If you have David Moore or possibly DK Metcalf, I don't know. That's their wide receiver 3s, maybe flex option. That's up to you. If you have Will Disley
Big Montana
as your only starter, you start him. I have a dilemma, not much of one, but I have him and Zach Ertz in one of our leagues. I don't know who to start sometimes. I don't know.
You do have a bit of a dilemma. You know what? You have a good problem because you have 2 good options. There are a lot of people out there that are struggling with a lot of bad options. They've got the
Still
O.J.
tight
Howard and Noah Fant situation going on. They're just in trouble.
That's true. That's a bad situation to be in.
Cleveland, obviously you're starting Odell. Obviously you're starting Nick Chubb. Jarvis Landry. At this point, he seems to be the wide receiver 1 of the team.
My only obvious start is Nick Chubb. And if you have Odell Beckham, it's only obvious because you pay for him in the first round. But let's say you have some receivers that are hot and don't have big names as Odell Beckham. Let's say you have a DJ Chark. And you also have Chris Godwin. And I don't know, some third. I might start them over OBJ. It's not that OBJ isn't doing anything. It's really can this guy named Baker give him the ball? I don't know.
You think he's a top 20 receiver this week?
I don't know. PPR, top 20.
Yeah.
Odell Beckham.
Yeah. He hasn't been. He's had one good catch.
Honestly,
really.
I was low on him until you mentioned how great other teams have done against the Seahawks in passing, and I forgot Andy did. John Ross beat them, and I did forget that they've given him some big plays, and that's Odell Beckham.
That's his bang zone.
Let's go. No.
Yeah.
Nope.
Not top 20?
No. Because, no.
Odell's a top 20. I'll take a $2 bet on that.
Let's do it. I'm not betting at $2, but we can make a bet like we did last time with Zeke. You're down one with Zeke anyways.
That's true. And I really blame all of Dallas for that. That's not his fault. He ran well.
I don't. I think Green Bay showed up. Go, Pack, go.
You're ridiculous. Philly and Vikings. So you got Philly winning and covering. I'm right there with you. I don't think Minnesota's in sync right now. I think they keep chattering about the passing game because they all want catches. The problem is they're a better running team right now than they are a passing team because Kirk Cousins is their quarterback. That is not a good...
Did you hear that quote by Zach Brown?
I've not heard a quote from Zach Brown.
Do you know who Zach Brown is?
No, I know his band. Is that a good one? You like that? You like the Zach Brown band? Go ahead.
So, in layman's terms, to just narrow it down for the sake of time, Zach Brown said that Kirk Cousins is the team's only weakness. The running game is great. The receivers are good. The defense is good. He is the team's weakness. And if they keep the ball in Kirk Cousins' hands, they have a better chance of winning. That is some things that I apply to bad quarterbacks in this league. That's how you know someone's bad. When I want the ball in the quarterback's hands, that's how you know it's a bad quarterback. This applies to a Cam Newton.
An injured Cam Newton, certainly. I think
Cam Newton that can't run. Cam Newton.
Yeah, exactly. An injured Cam Newton is just a stick man out there. Go figure. Fantasy-wise, obviously, let's see. Zach Ertz, of course. Jordan Howard. Do you trust him?
Yep.
Against the Minnesota defense.
Yep.
Do you trust the Minnesota defense this year? They used to be tightness. They used
Nope.
to be vicious.
But Rhodes is hurt, and he comes out there and he gets hurt. So they're not what they used to be. Harrison Smith is still one of the best safeties in the league, but I wouldn't say their pass rush has not. Everson Griffin and Daniil Hunter, I'm not really seeing them getting back there as quite often as they used to. But don't get me wrong, Daniil has still making plays. He's one of my favorite pass rushers in this league.
It sounds like you want us to start Alshon Jeffrey.
Oh, yeah, start him.
And Nelson Aguilar?
No, I don't like him. He doesn't have hands.
All right. And Deshaun Jackson?
They're just for decoration.
Is
D-Jackson still hurt?
I was say, is D-Jackson even playing this
He's
game?
hurt. So
is he still out?
You start Ertz.
Groin in the world.
You start Jeffrey. You start Diggs. You start Thielen. You start Cooks.
Whoa.
You start Jordan Howard.
Diggs or Odell?
I think it's a Diggs week.
So you think Diggs is better than Odell this week?
Yeah, sure.
No, he will not be.
Put it on the board.
Put that one on the board too. I got Odell over Diggs. This is an easy week, and it's not surprising. It's not surprising. You have a lot of hate in your heart for Odell.
I don't have hate in my heart.
You don't like his swag. You don't like his bravado.
I actually like OBJ.
It's hard to tell.
Why?
Because you refuse to acknowledge his greatness and what you're going to see on the field this
It's
time.
Baker. I don't like Baker.
Fair enough.
That's who I don't like.
All right. Yeah, I pretty much agree with you on everything there. I am a little more suspect on Diggs. I think he is more benchable than Odell this week. If you got a better option, don't be afraid to play it. One of the things about fantasy we were discussing earlier is what hurts you more, right? Is it more painful for you to start someone with confidence in them to throw up a donut, or is it more painful for you to believe in someone enough to keep them on your team, but leave them on your bench and watch them explode?
The bench.
The bench explosion feels like it's the worst one.
It is definitely the worst, in my humble opinion. When you're on the fence and you say, you know what, I trust this guy, and you look at your team, and this guy that you trusted puts up a goose egg or 2 points, and then you're looking at your bench, and Mike Evans, and then you're looking at a Will Fuller, 38 points on your bench.
And you're like, why didn't I? Oh, that hurts more.
It hurts more.
Absolutely hurts more.
Now, it's not like a quarterback where, if you had two good quarterbacks, but position players, oh, yeah, you're upset with that.
I 100% agree. The points left on the bench is the worst thing in fantasy, it feels like, is points on the bench. But nothing you can do. You got to pick with who you got to pick, and we'll figure out who that is later on. Next game, Cincinnati at Baltimore, division rivalry.
So the Baltimore Ravens will be favored, and I would say they're minus 9.5.
10.5.
Dang.
Those field goals are killing you right now.
Okay. So I picked the Ravens to cover just off of last week when the Bengals pissed me off and did not cover it and handle business at home. If they lost to the Cardinals at home to a mobile quarterback, I think they lose to the Ravens with a mobile quarterback. So I think they cover by more than 2 touchdowns.
Cincinnati's a bad team.
Yes.
Andy Dalton's a quarterback. They're just a bad team. Joe Mixon hasn't run well. They have no passing game, especially since John Ross has disappeared. I don't care what Tyler Boyd did at the end of the game against the Cardinals defense. That doesn't mean anything to me. I think the Ravens win this game, and I'm going to be honest, I think the Ravens cover. I think they probably use this as a get-right game. They've been a little just sort of all over the place, it seems like, since the first couple weeks when they were able to play bad defenses. Mm-hmm. They've played better teams, and they haven't looked nearly as good. Lamar Jackson needs to get it together, and I think this is a perfect opportunity for him. Bengal players I'm touching in this game, none.
Nope.
Is none a fair answer?
I have Joe Mixon. He was my number 2 pick in one of my leagues, maybe even 2 of them. I'm not starting him. He is not an automatic start.
He's not. He's absolutely not. I wasn't even thinking Joe Mixon. I was thinking Tyler Boyd in the sense of if they're down by 50, will they have to throw to come back and someone has to catch it? I was like, maybe Tyler can get loose.
I think Boyd and Tate may catch some garbage time pass yards and touchdown.
I don't even trust Tate. He caught he had all the targets in a couple weeks beforehand. He finally gets pulled on stage like, oh, this is their chance to actually show Auden Tate off against the Arizona Cardinals. And he has like 3 catches.
I thought he had a touchdown last week.
He got a touchdown out of it, but it was a subpar game considering all the targets he'd had the weeks prior.
It's a touchdown.
Yeah, it's not enough for me. I'm not riding and dying with those.
What do you expect from Tate?
Man, I was looking for about 6 catches for about $120 and 2.
$120 and 2.
Who else do they have besides him and Tyler Boyd?
They have Tyler Boyd.
I expect the defense to cover Tyler.
And they have Joe Mixon.
I expect the defense to cover Tyler Boyd and Joe Mixon.
You need to temper those expectations.
He's got the body of a tight end. Cardinals, they gave up 2 to Greg Olsen. I mean, come on. And you were down by like 20 in this game, it felt like at one point. It was a perfect
they tied
setup.
it up late.
Bengals gonna bang.
Your expectations were way too high for Tate.
They were. They absolutely were. Baltimore Ravens side starting.
Speaking of Tate, remember you were low on Golden? He had a touchdown this past Thursday.
It was a good catch too. It was one of the 2 touchdowns I had.
Doesn't he do that every year? He makes a catch, breaks off, and he turns around. That happens every year.
Yeah. My favorite part is the soft walk backwards into the end zone because it's something I would do. It's something I would do
every year. Golden does it, just catches it, and you're like, man,
he's a really good
how
player.
Does he always do that?
Huh. Yeah, he's a really good player. That's all. It's very simple. He's a good player.
His 4th team.
I thought it was his 3rd. Seattle and Detroit, now New York. Was he somewhere else?
Number 4 then.
Wait, Seattle, Detroit, New York.
Seattle, Detroit. He didn't. Wait.
Was he somewhere else?
Did he start in Seattle?
I thought he started in Seattle. I thought that's where he originated. I remember the interception reception.
Oh, against the Packers.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 teams. Okay.
Coming out of Notre Dame. What push?
He definitely pushed.
Absolutely. Ravens side, Lamar Jackson.
You start Lamar. Hollywood is questionable, so we'll see about game.
Would you even put him out there?
Yeah, why not?
He hasn't been. He just hasn't been great.
He had a touchdown last week.
Lamar's been. I'm talking about Lamar. He hasn't been great.
Oh, would I put out Lamar?
Would I put out Hollywood knowing that Lamar's been bad? That's my point.
Yes.
Willie Snead had a touchdown on his record this year.
Yes, Hollywood had a touchdown last week. I would start him.
All right. Next game, New Orleans versus the Jaguars. In Jacksonville.
So the Saints are going to Jacksonville. I would say the Saints are minus 4.5.
No, Saints are plus 2.5.
Plus?
Vegas makes another mistake.
Plus?
Plus 2.5.
They're buying into this Gardner mess.
Minshew mania.
Are you serious?
Let it ride.
Oh, I'm taking the Saints to cover. The Saints are covering.
So you're not nervous about the 2.5 at all, apparently.
Not even a little.
I'm going to kill the suspense and agree with you. I don't get it. I
get a little.
I don't get it even a little bit.
I do. The Saints are on the road, so they're going to be outside. The Jags have played teams tough and
lost. Minshew's 2-2 since taking over. The Saints haven't shown any real weakness aside from None. I haven't seen a week. Their defense has picked up. Teddy Two Gloves has played really, really well. Kamara, I guess maybe that's your disappointing part. Alvin Kamara?
That's why.
Uh-oh.
Hold up now. Because Kamara might not play.
Whoa. This is late breaking news. Do we have a drop for this, Aaron? Do we have an emergency drop or like something like a buzzer? Or no, I don't want your phone. And we'll work on it. What do you have on Alvin Kamara?
Well, he's listed as questionable because of his ankle. So he might play.
This is how Vegas makes their casinos.
But if he doesn't without Alvin Kamara, that does change things. Can we do that with Alvin Kamara? I like the Saints. Without, I like the Jags.
I would completely agree. 100%. Yeah, I'm on the same train. I'm oblivious to the news. This is why you've got to be up to date on everything.
I thought you were on Twitter.
I stay on Twitter. I try to be on Twitter all the time, but as you know, we watched Gemini Man today, and unfortunately, that took up most of my day.
I'm not on Twitter. I'm caught up.
You are caught up. You know what? I'm here. Aaron's here. We're putting together a show for you. You're just walking in and enjoying the show.
Oh, my.
Okay? I haven't had a chance to keep up with my detailed
Oh, my. I'm
Saints
keeping up with
news.
things, with fantasy, with random news. Come on now.
I just need to... Is Kamara playing?
I don't know.
Because I had not heard anything significant that would lead him to not playing.
He might not. Todd Gurley's not playing.
He's out. I do know that. I do know Todd Gurley's out.
So you know that. Okay.
Alvin Kamara questionable for the Week 6 matchup against the Jaguars.
Yeah, he's questionable.
He's had 20-plus touches in all but one game this season.
Yeah, his legs. Sean Payton was worried, and Alvin was like, nah, I'm cool. I'm good. I got it.
Only people with more right now are Austin Eckler, Christian McCaffrey, and Le'Veon Bell.
Austin, really?
I'm not surprised. 39 receptions.
Oh, the passes.
Like, he's just catching ever. It's so annoying. Latavius Murray. If Alvin Kamara's out, Latavius Murray suddenly becomes somebody to talk about.
Why is it annoying that Austin is making all these catches?
Because it shows how inept the Los Angeles Chargers are. I don't know any team that's checking the ball down the field for championships. And their line can't hold. But that doesn't mean you can't go to Keenan. Like, how many times are you going to throw a little 2-yard out to Austin?
That's what the Patriots do.
No, it's not quite.
They throw it to James White a lot.
They have plenty of time to throw. And Brady, who's flinching in the pocket when guys are close to him, not even close to him. He saw a hand and he ducked for no reason at all. He's getting jitterbuggy in the pocket there.
I don't want to be touched back there either.
I've seen guys avoid touching. This young man was looking jittery in the pocket. Like, he's seeing ghosts right now. But he has time to throw and chooses to throw short to the wide open guy once he scans the field. Phillips not even giving himself a chance. They just drop back Eckler. It's the most frustrating thing in the world.
Yeah, because their system, it's just like a handoff.
You've got Melvin Gordon. Hand it off. Just quit getting cute with it.
Melvin
Hand it off.
Gordon's
Establish
overrated.
yourself.
He's not that great.
We'll see. We'll see what happens this
week.
week.
We just saw Austin Eckler's performing just fine.
I really didn't get to see because when they had goal line opportunities, they brought Tyrod Taylor in to run some stupid wildcat plays.
Yeah, sure, maybe, but
stuff.
Austin Eckler has been a fantastic back for the Chargers. They don't actually need Melvin Gordon.
How many 100-yard games does he have? 0 is the answer.
Total?
This year.
No, like total yards or rushing yards?
Rushing yards.
I don't
rushing
know.
Yards.
I don't know about rushing, but he's getting receiving.
There's
total yards, he's gone over 100.
But when you're passing, the line is in a pass block formation.
They like to throw it instead of handing it off.
Because they don't have a running back to hand
because that's the way their scheme is.
We're not even on the Charger game yet. We're still trying to get you past Gardner Minshew. You got the Saints still, unless Kamara doesn't play. Yeah. Unfortunately, Vegas doesn't work that way. You got to make your pick now, so you're going to roll with the Saints.
I'm rolling with the Saints.
Fair enough.
Who dat?
Yes. Fantasy-wise, anything that I need to know about from the Saints aside from Alvin Kamara?
You need to pay attention to see if he's going to play or not. Otherwise, you start Michael Thomas and then Cook.
Jared Cook?
If you're rolling with Cook, you're in some type of situation. Don't expect too much. You pray for a touchdown. You're touchdown dependent. I would say so. Teddy, I don't think you're actually starting Teddy, but if you are starting Teddy,
you can't be starting Teddy.
I mean,
against the Jaguars,
things happen, man. Things happen.
Jalen's questionable with his back still, isn't he? I don't know if he's actually going to play this week.
Forget Jalen. I don't want to talk about Jalen.
I do want to hear you talk about Gardner. Is Gardner Minshew worth starting?
Yeah.
Is DJ Chark worth starting?
Absolute.
Knowing he's going against Marshawn Lattimore, who shut down Mike Evans last week.
Means nothing to me.
Dede Westbrook has been getting a ton of targets, just like...
you just like Dede.
I do like Dede. I do appreciate Dede's game. He hasn't turned him into touchdowns. Chark's getting the touchdowns out of it. He clearly has an eye with a vibe, rather, with Minshew.
Yeah.
But if the Didi's open, I wouldn't see this. I don't know how this couldn't be a Didi game.
Why do you like Didi so much?
Oh, I said you saw what Chris Godwin did to the Saints. I think Didi's the best receiver that they have in the slot. It's too early to crown DJ Chark after 5 games. One bad game in that stretch. But it feels too early to crown him as the guy on that team. Didi's been doing it for a little bit longer.
Didi's been in this league for at least 3 seasons, right?
Mm-hmm. Is it 3?
I've seen what I've seen from Didi.
They haven't had a quarterback of sustenance. Like, this is the first year they've had actual talent behind the center.
I don't care.
I mean, Allen Robinson struggled for a while. So that's, I don't know. I think you can start Gardner Minshew. I think it's and you start him with confidence at this point. He's been playing well. Like, I know there's a lot of doubt and suspect and concern about it. He's played well. I've got nothing to say against him. Leonard Fournette.
Yeah, you start Leonard. You start Chark. You start Gardner. Didi, I'm not starting Didi.
If you can bench Leonard Fournette,
why?
I'm benching him.
Why?
I'm tired of home run hits saving his day. He's not.
If that's
doing
what you
nearly
do,
enough.
you do it.
He's not Adrian Peterson. Home run hits is not his thing. If I can get away from Leonard Fournette in this game, any way possible, I'm doing it. I'm starting both chief running backs over him at this point in their game against Houston.
Yeah.
I'm starting both Chargers over him. I might think about Joe.
I'm not starting Melvin Gordon over Leonard Fournette.
Oh, I'm starting Melvin. He's getting back, and he should get more carries this week. Leonard Fournette has been great he was great against Denver. He's fallen into the end zone. Has he even fallen in the end zone yet?
Of course, I think. I don't know.
Now that I've said that out loud, I have to double check. But the fact is, I know he had a huge run against Tennessee to save his day. I'm not seeing enough from Fournette. I'm just not seeing enough from him, and it frustrates me.
Yeah, he had a touchdown last week.
Oh, there we go. It's just, I don't know. I am getting away from Fournette if it's me. Everyone's welcome to do what they want to do. I think, again, the Saints defense is really good.
I think you're wrong. Last week, 108 yards and a tub. The week before, 225 yards. Mm-hmm. What are you talking about?
That was against Denver. It was a great game. As I said, he's had one great game against Denver.
That's 2 games. That's 2 good games in a row.
I don't know if I really want to count the Carolina game.
If you rush for over 100 yards and a touchdown, I'm saying that's a good day.
It's a great fantasy day, but I don't really
That's
know.
real world day, too.
What did he do the week before that?
225 yards.
Yeah, before that.
66 yards.
And that was like on a 69-yard carry.
It's a Thursday night game.
And at Houston, what do you do on that?
47.
And then when he played the Chiefs.
66.
Yeah, and he lost a fumble. Like, he's had a couple good games. He's had more bad games than good games. He's produced because of home run plays, but at the end of the day, like last week, the perfect case in point, you take away the touchdown, it was it was an okay. I don't know. I'm not putting him out there against the Saints.
Over, under.
PPR? Because he's catching more passes than we expected this year. So
how many points are you putting him at?
If he got 11, I'd be surprised.
I want the over. Put it down.
All right, put it down.
Easy money.
Fournette over 11.
PPR standard.
The easy work then. Again, I think that has more to do with my trust in the Saints defense, but we'll see what happens.
The defense, you probably can't name more than three guys.
You know what I can name? Impact. That's okay.
What I would
say. Washington at Miami.
Okay, so hail the Redskins, and I think the Redskins are, I guess, their favorite. Oh man, they're -1.
-4.
What?
Yeah.
Give me the Dolphins to cover.
I got Washington and Washington to cover.
Give me the Dolphins.
This is our first break.
Yeah.
This is our first break.
Yeah. I think Devontae Parker has a good game.
I think F1 McLaurin has a better game. I'm pretty sure I saw them say that Josh Rosen is now officially starting at quarterback for the rest of the season. So he will be the first quarterback in NFL history to lead 2 teams to the back-to-back #1 overall draft pick.
Do you remember when he made that statement of how all these teams made mistakes by picking other guys over him?
On draft day.
On draft day?
Yep. He was confident.
You idiot.
He has perhaps, I saw this on Twitter the other day, the richest sounding name ever for a quarterback.
Huh?
His name is Joshua Ballinger Lippincott Rosen.
No wonder he felt he had to say all that. He's been feeling entitled his whole life.
He's going to entitle himself to a heap of trouble against the Redskins. New coach coming in for them as well. Talk about firing up a team. I think they're going to play hard. They want to get back to the game. I know they want to ground and pound with Adrian Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just going to open up the play action. I think Terry McLaurin has a really good game this week.
I agree.
I think Adrian Peterson probably has a good game. If he had 25 carries, I wouldn't be surprised. For about 96 yards. Does he fall in the end zone? Maybe. I'm not starting any Dolphin ever because I just don't do that. I have a general rule about that. But
I am, as we're talking right now,
mm-hmm.
I'm about to add Devontae Parker to my team.
Are you going to start him or are you just going to add him and keep him on the bench?
I am going to add him and start him. If you add someone, you plan on starting them.
No. Sometimes you speculative add. I like to hold them just in case something happens so you can beat the waiver wire the following week.
Yeah, that happens.
I wanted to do it with Philip Dorsett this week, and I couldn't find anyone to cut. And I was like, well, as long as no Patriot receiver gets hurt, I'll be fine.
I am going to start him right now. I am starting Devontae Parker.
Are you sitting anyone for him?
Yeah, Robbie Anderson. Meh.
Yeah. Donald Schwarzenegger's back though, so
yeah, that's the only reason. But if Hollywood doesn't play, then I'll start. Oh wait, I need a tight end.
You got a situation. Here's what I need. I need an answer from you on the game of the day this coming week. One of the games of the day. Let me rephrase that.
What is that?
Houston at Kansas City.
Houston visiting the Chiefs in Arrowhead.
This is a fun game.
Okay, so
who has better barbecue?
I don't know.
Texas
I've never had
St. Louis.
H-Town.
Or was it Missouri, Kansas? That general three state area.
Say that one more time.
Kansas, Missouri, and Texas. I'm not counting Oklahoma. I've never heard anyone say anything about Oklahoma barbecue.
I don't know. I've never had barbecue in Texas.
They might be better, but I'm not gonna give it to them. And that's not because they're from St. Louis. I think Missouri might be better.
I mean, I like Missouri.
All right, who do you like in this game?
I like the Chiefs, but as far as the spread goes, I think the Chiefs are probably. Wait! I need to see what that spread is before you put me down for something. The Chiefs are -5.5.
4.5. Really close.
Okay,
it's a loss in Vegas. You like the Chiefs to cover?
I do.
Any reason? They haven't.
I said 5.5, and you said 4.5.
Right, but you saw them play against Detroit. They look bad. I think that's fair to say against Detroit.
Yeah, the Texans don't run the ball like that. They like to pass the ball.
Played against Indy, and Indy look bad against Indy.
Indy likes to run the ball.
So Carlos Hyde is not
don't
a big
like
day.
to run the ball like that. Nope.
Is it those teams' ability to run, or is it the Chiefs' inability to stop anyone?
Their ability to run.
Because I don't take Detroit to be a superior running team. I honestly don't take Indianapolis to be a superior running team. They performed well. Their offensive line is healthy and playing well. Marlon Mack's looking good. Well,
I knew that the Lions would give them a hard time because of their running back and what's his name? I see his face right now.
Carry on
Johnson. No. Not only that, don't forget Matt Stafford fumbled too.
Only because they took the touchdown off the board. Before that, was it to?
So what? You fumbled.
He shouldn't have been out there. He should have been drinking Gatorade already.
You're running. He's running and just fumbled the ball.
Dropped the ball.
Like what?
Oh, poor
so
man.
no, the Texans can't run. I think this is a shootout, and when you're shooting it out in KC,
right,
you lose.
I saw what Houston did last week. I saw a shootout.
Yeah.
I predicted I told you last week I like Houston big, and I liked a shootout game against Atlanta. You were looking at 15-16, something ridiculous.
Yeah, and then I said, you know what? I also do see a big score. And then I said, Will Fuller has a big day.
Yep, it was a good game for both of us. But I predicted a shootout of 30+.
So Chiefs, I got the Chiefs winning. I think the Chiefs cover.
I think Deshaun Watson is number 3 in MVP voting right now to me.
Behind that's
Russell
CMC.
Wilson. And no, it's not CMC. Behind Russell Wilson and Patrick Mahomes.
And
honestly,
CMC.
it's going to be hard for a running back to break that.
It's obviously CMC.
They're 3-2 right now.
What he means to that team is so much more.
What he personally meant to that team was them failing at home against Tampa Bay on 4th and 1 with the game on the line. Once you do that on national stage, it really doesn't mean you run for 200 yards next week. I don't care. Everyone saw you 4th and 1, game on the line. Do it, and he couldn't.
It was an easy play. What are you supposed to do?
LaDainian Tomlinson would have got in. I'm really conflicted on this game. I'm really conflicted on this game.
I
know
why.
the Chiefs' offense is good. I don't know if Tyreek Hill's playing.
Doesn't matter.
I think that makes a difference. I think he's the fastest human on the NFL track right now.
He's not.
Who's faster than him in NFL?
I don't know, but it ain't him.
He's the fastest person in NFL. Oh man, I can't believe I'm so conflicted. I'm gonna go with Kansas City because of Andy Reid. I trust his coaching.
I had nothing to do with it.
I trust his coaching more than Bill O'Brien. Let me rephrase that. I think Bill O'Brien's a terrible coach right now. Will Fuller just blew up. I don't see him doing that again. It might be a DeAndre Hopkins game, fair enough. But as you said, if it's a shootout in Kansas City, give me Mahomes. Houston's defense is trash. Kansas City's defense is trash too, but I don't know if they can execute with the consistency that the Chiefs will. And so for that reason, I'm taking Kansas City. 4.5, they'll win by a touchdown. I'll take the Chiefs to cover.
Okay.
And you got the Chiefs covering as well?
Yep.
All right. So, again, at this point, we've got the same pick.
Other than that Washington-Miami game?
That's it. And that's just on the spread. This is an easy week, guys. You don't even really need us for this one. San Francisco versus the Rams.
I think. Ooh, you have. Oh, okay.
My personal and our local Los Angeles Rams.
You know I'm the Ram fan around here. Man, see, this is my heart. No Todd Gurley.
Mm-hmm.
I
wish I knew how much that swung the line. I
think the Niners are favored by 1.5.
Rams -3.
What?
That might not be enough. I'm going to jump ahead of you on this one. I like the Rams to win. I think the 49ers are frauds. I think they've played bad teams thus far and have been the benefactor of an easy schedule plus a bye week in the middle. Rams are balling out. I think that the running game has been suspect. Goff has been throwing a ton of passes and playing really, really well. It's not his fault receivers can't catch balls. I think the Rams come out. I think they establish themselves again. They haven't lost, 3 games in a row in the Sean McVay era. I like the Rams to win this one. I'd throw out a score for you, something along the lines of 33-17. I think they win this game and win it easily. It's a big Robert Woods game, big Cooper Kupp game. I'm not huge on Gerald Everett. If you spent a lot on him in Fab, just get him on your squad. I'm not certain I would stand by that. Malcolm Brown, welcome back. Darrell Anderson. Darnell Anderson. Darrell Henderson. You're the Rams insider. Is he worth a speculative ad as well? He's been bad in preseason, right?
Sure. So I am a Rams fan, as we all know. And I noticed how you marked me down for L.A.
No, that was me. Both to win and to cover.
Okay, good, because I actually think that the Niners cover.
You think the Niners cover? All right.
I think the Niners win.
Oh, man. That must be based on what? Poor Ram defense?
My heart tells me that the Rams are going to lose.
Is it your heart because you find Jimmy GQ to be irresistible to pull against?
If this game is in Jimmy G's hands, we win. But it's not. It'll be in the hands of Matt Breida, Tevin Coleman, and what's the other guy? Mostert or whatever his name is.
What about Jeff Wilson Jr.?
And Wilson. I think they run the ball a lot. I think Jared Goff is terrible when he's pressured, and they will pressure him. I don't like it.
It's a rough time to be you.
We were supposed to win against Tampa and then take possibly 2 L's.
Mm-hmm.
I think we lose.
Tampa's thrown a real monkey wrench in the whole thing. That loss really threw a monkey wrench.
We lose. Talib's not playing. Gurley's not playing. I think we lose.
Was Talib doing anything anyway? Was he really stopping somebody? I haven't seen him perform in a while. Literally, I see him and Marcus and Peter staring at each other, talking about who was supposed to cover what.
But do you know who our backup is?
No clue. Again, at this point, I haven't seen a starter on the field. They're getting run up and down the field. This is a Jared Goff game. This is a King Goffrey game. This is where he comes out the throne room and he establishes himself once again. I wouldn't be surprised if he throws 50 balls. I'm looking for the Rams to play great. Do you trust Sean McVay?
No.
Oh, man. That's a rough time to be you.
No, I don't.
Atlanta at Arizona.
By the way, you start all your Rams and you start all your Niners. Right. But that was rough. Let's move on to something else.
Atlanta at the Cardinals.
Sneaky good. This is good for fantasy. This game's good for fantasy points. You start all your Cardinals. You got DJ. If he's starting, you start him. If not, Chase Edmonds, you start Chase Edmonds. You start Kyler Murray. You start Matty Ice. You start
Kyler
Julio. You start Hooper if he's playing. Anyways,
Mohamed Sanu, Calvin Ridley, throw him out there.
Yeah, start Sanu. Yeah, why not? Start
He's
Calvin.
playing well.
Start Devontae. Just see what happens. I think the Falcons
See what happens.
are minus 2.5, 3.
Falcons minus 2.5.
Yeah, okay.
And you're taking Falcons to win, Falcons to cover. Easy work for you.
Man, I don't know. I don't like the Falcons.
I have a distaste for them after that Super Bowl failure, but otherwise I have no other general dislike for them.
Give me the Cardinals.
To win?
Yeah,
And
to cover.
Hey, there it is.
Let's go.
There it is. You're taking the week to take the Cardinals was last week. You've missed out on that opportunity.
Maybe.
The Falcons don't have a defense at this point.
Nope.
But they do have an offense, and Matt Ryan has been throwing 400 passes a game, and it's worked out well for him thus far.
They're losing.
It's worked out well for him thus far. I think that the Cardinals are not good enough to take advantage of it. They have not played well outside of against Cincinnati and that comeback against Detroit. They took Baltimore to the edge, so to speak, because they kept it within a couple scores. But other than that, they haven't been impressive. They really haven't been.
Okay.
And I like Kyler Murray. I like what they have going there, but especially look at a dinged up DJ. Christian Kirk, I don't think is playing this week as well. I'm not certain what Kyler's going to do. Next game, which is another exciting game for me, the Dallas Cowboys at the New York Jets, and the return of Donald Schwarzenegger.
This game is not exciting to me.
I'm excited. I'm excited for this game. I want to see what the Cowboys have.
The Cowboys are minus 3.5.
Cowboys minus 7.5. Sounds like you're taking the Jets.
I am.
There it is. Right there. He's taking the Jets. I convinced him.
You had nothing to do with this.
Are you taking the Jets to win?
I'm going to be honest. No, Cowboys win.
Unbelievable. What is it about the Cowboys' performance last week that gave you confidence to start them this week?
The Packers?
Yeah.
Aaron.
But that gives you confidence in the Cowboys this week? Because it was just Aaron. That was
Yeah.
it. So you don't think Darnold Schwarzenegger is the next Aaron Rodgers is what you're saying?
No. Sam Darnold?
Yeah.
He will be good in this league. He won't be Aaron.
Hmm.
You need to have swag.
This is a tough one for me.
None of these young quarterbacks have swag like that.
Have swag like Aaron?
Yeah.
That one championship swag?
Yeah.
That one playoff run swag?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think these quarterbacks have a different kind of swag. I mean,
They don't have swag.
Russell Wilson's younger, and he's got a certain kind of swag.
Russell isn't young.
He's younger than Aaron.
Okay, but he's not one of these young quarterbacks.
Who do you got? So what? Lamar Jackson doesn't have swag?
Nope. Nope.
Patrick Mahomes?
Nope.
No, you're right. That's just tears. Kyler
Baker
Murray,
doesn't have swag like that.
Baker has
Watson
swag.
doesn't have. None of these players have swag like that. None of these players, when they get these tubs, they're not. Nope. They don't have the swag like that.
I think Lamar certainly has it. I think Baker would have it if he was winning.
He
You'd
would
see it more.
He would.
Problem is,
But he ain't winning.
Yes.
So right now he ain't got the swag.
He's got nothing to show.
Yeah, he has the potential to be a swag player, but he does not show it because they're losing. And he needs to show that he can make something happen. Make these pockets roll out to a certain side and figure this out, man. I think if Aaron was there in that situation with Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry, a healthy Njoku, and I think and Nick Chubb, whenever they're gonna knee cream, who knew that was gonna happen? But I think Aaron, if young Aaron was there, he would make this happen. He would make this happen.
Oh,
he
man.
would call a play,
Right.
and then he would pull a receiver to the side and say, "This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna play catch," and then they would make it happen.
Man, this is a game I really like. I keep calling him Darnold Schwarzenegger, Sam Darnold, coming out of USC. I do appreciate the way he played in Week 1, and I think that this is a really
They
good
lost.
game. Yeah, but it was Buffalo. He played well.
They still lost.
I'm not blaming him. I thought they played well. I think that Le'Veon Bell's been running excellently. I'm excited to see. You know what? I think it's the mystery. I'm excited to see the Jets. I just like them a lot this year. As
You
know,
only
I
like
ride with
Le'Veon.
And you goaded me into taking the Jets last week, and I'm not doing it this week. I like the Cowboys to win. The Jets to cover. 7.5 is a lot.
So what? So did you pick what I just picked?
I'm leaning the way you're picking. But 7.5 is a lot. But I can't see a way that Le'Veon lets them not be within 7.5.
Oh my god!
And if they're inspired by Sam Darnold, his return, the Cowboy defense got shredded. You know what? I'm doing it. I'm taking the Jets. I'm taking the Jets to win and obviously the Jets to cover.
Okay.
This is the return of Sam Darnold.
Okay.
This is where we break off again. It's a fantastic opportunity.
Well, you're not bringing up too much because I picked the Jets to cover.
Well, I got the Jets to win. And you foolishly took the Cowboys. I can see Dak Prescott struggling again. The Jets' defense isn't bad. Their defense is actually good.
You know what I see? I see a Jets lining up for a game-winning kick and missing, and the Cowboys win.
I don't know if it'll be that close. I think I can see the Cowboys struggling like they do. I think Zeke will play well. If they keep trying to turn Dak Prescott into Dan Marino, they're going to have problems. I don't think he's that kind of player. I don't think that Amari Cooper is that kind of receiver. I'm just going to be honest. I think he's a very good receiver, but he's not on that Julio Jones level.
No,
He's
no
not.
one is.
There are a lot of DeAndre Hopkins is. I think Devontae Adams with Aaron Rodgers is. I think Odell's above that level, the most talented receiver you have. Antonio Brown
He
when
is
healthy.
not the most talented receiver in the league.
I'm not even certain if Julio Jones is playing any week. Like, he's always had injuries and impairments.
He's playing.
He dropped passes in the playoffs for the game winner.
Odell's always dropping passes, including playoffs.
I'm just saying. I think that at this point, Amari Cooper's not on that level. That's the important part.
Yeah, no
Dak's
one's on
not on that
Julio's
level. Julio's or Amari's on the level. Zeke is on level, but apparently they don't know that. They're just going to let him, die in the backfield. Hand him the ball, and it won't work this week.
Maybe he's out of shape and they're
couldn't
hiding
tell.
this.
Last week running for about 6 a carry. I couldn't tell. Okay, and then now they're going to probably try to force feed him the ball against the Jets, who have a decent defense. As I said, their offense.
Why do they have
terrible.
a decent defense?
Their defense has just been good.
Has it?
Their safety Adams has played well. Their corners haven't been terrible. The front four again. Because the games have been so overwhelmingly lopsided,
Yeah.
perhaps the other offenses have been predictable, running the ball consistently after about the first drive.
Yeah,
the first
kill the
quarter.
clock, get the
So,
game over with.
Maybe that's what's happened. But I think Le'Veon Bell has these guys energized and motivated.
Why do you think Le'Veon's a locker room guy?
Have you seen his tweets?
Nope.
Have you seen his Twitter page? Have you
Nope.
seen the congratulations he's giving these kids? Report came out about him calling Christian McCaffrey back in college, telling him how amazing a running back he was, not to change his style, how he's going to be incredible on Sundays, and he was there for him if he needed anything. Video came out of him hugging his mother before the game, saying how proud he was to have her there at all his games.
Hugging whose mom?
His mother. Le'Veon hugging Mrs. Mama Bell.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, the type of energy he brings, it's tremendous. Plus, he's a rapper on the side. So
I'm not even going to make a comment.
that'll
on
be
that.
a next episode. We're going to
No
break down
comment
the Le'Veon
on
tracks. You know what? I'm taking the Jets. I'm taking the Jets to win this one.
Jets, Jets.
Yeah, buddy. Next game. Down the last 3 games here. We're moving quick, which is nice. Tennessee at Denver.
Tighten up.
Unbelievable. You want to give me a spread on this?
Oh. Ooh.
Ooh is right. It's fun to yell tighten up. It's hard to do tighten up.
Broncos -2.
-1.5 for Denver. Yeah. Does that change your opinion? Titans to win?
No, I like the Broncos to win and cover.
And cover. Well, I'm right there with you because I do not believe in Marcus Mariota. No, thank you. I'm sorry. I jumped ahead on a couple of these games. Starting Cardinals, starting Falcons. Cowboys, you're starting your Cowboys. I talk about it.
Yeah,
Amari.
you're starting Cooper, you're starting Zeke, you're starting Dak.
Michael Gallup, is he back and ready to go? I think he was out there last week.
I mean.
If you have another, you know what? I actually might. If you think Cowboys win, I don't start Michael Gallup because that means they're going to run the clock out.
No, it doesn't.
I think it does. I think if they're going to win, they would be up early and just run it with Zeke forever. I don't think Dak's going to keep trying to throw passes.
I think they throw passes.
I think they throw it to Amari. He seems to have eyes for Amari.
Yeah, he's the number one.
Jason Witten, are you getting away from him if you can?
I mean, if you've had him, you've been playing him. If not, then yeah,
the tight end
you stay away from him.
landscape is so bad.
It's always bad. Every year it's bad.
You're looking at like, well, I guess this is who I'm rolling with.
If you don't have top guys, who is the top tight end for fantasy right now?
Evan Ingram was until this week.
Yeah, so it's a Waller
so now. It's no, it's not. I'm not sure. Kelsey leads in yards, but he just can't score right now
because they're throwing it everywhere else.
Yeah, you know who I'm excited to see come back? Hunter Henry, possibly. That'll be a nice change of pace for them.
Man, I'm tired of the hype.
Jets starting Le'Veon.
Yeah, you start Le'Veon. That's it.
I'm looking at my boy Jamison Crowder, who I told you was the number 1 in New York before week 1. And
yeah, I remember
16 passes.
Yeah, and it was looking that way week 1.
And then his quarterback died after he kissed some girl at the high school prom.
Not even. He probably got it sharing some drink with somebody.
And now he's back.
You're back on Crowder?
I might be back
Crowder.
on Crowder.
Crowder.
I'm confident enough to throw him out there as a 3 with a 2 upside. Is that fair? I don't know if 17 targets is real, but I think 10 targets is certainly doable. So I wouldn't be surprised.
I really hope not.
Why? You love Robbie?
No.
I mean,
Why did I pick the Jets?
because you're smart. Denver, Tennessee. Yeah, we're all taking Denver. Tennessee. I guess you're starting Derrick Henry if you have him.
Yeah, of course.
Delaney Walker.
Can we stop talking about tight ends?
I'm getting away from Delaney.
You're starting your tight end because you either have to or the player's good.
That's really what it is. I mean, the tight end landscape is awful. Delaney Walker has been trashed these last couple of weeks. He's old.
He's been a tight end. Tight ends are they're touchdown dependent. So,
but even someone like Jimmy Graham, who's only getting 3 for 40 a week, like that feels like it's a good week. I'm like, oh, I got 3 catches. That's
not a lot of tight ends are actually a part of the offense.
Yeah, unfortunately. Denver side, we're starting both running backs or just Phillip Lindsay.
Oh, you're starting Phillip for sure. Royce Freeman.
He's been really involved with the passing game, but I don't know if I'm trusting him against Tennessee to throw him out there. For sure, Emmanuel Sanders. Once again,
And Cortland Sutton.
I have been Emmanuel Sanders snake bit, and I'm ready to trade him off my roster because I have only started him on bad weeks. I started him the week again in Green Bay with 1 catch for like 10 yards, and I said I won't start him. He goes off. So then I start him again last week. He gets 1 catch for 9 yards. So he's had all these great games. I've missed every single one. And
yeah, Sutton's the way to go, in my humble opinion, in Denver. I would like Phillip. I don't know if I care for Freeman too much.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Next game, Sunday Night Football on NBC with my girl Carrie Underwood. Pittsburgh
and Michelle
Steelers.
Tafoya.
Yeah, and Michelle Tafoya, who can never give me the injury update I need when my player is hurt.
What do you mean?
Like, anytime I've ever watched Sunday Night Football with Michelle Tafoya and any guy that I'm pulling for or against is dinged up in any respect, she has no information. Never has information for me till like the game's over. Oh, by the way, back in the second quarter, yeah, he busted a knee. Like, tell me something.
If they don't tell Michelle, she can deliver the message.
I'm just saying it's very convenient that she never helps me. Like, if anybody else wants to know information, if I have no care about your player, oh, Devontae Adams, oh, that's turf toe. She was diagnosing him on the field talking about turf toe. Yeah, you saw the way the foot bent back. This is a 3-week. Like, come on, Michelle.
That was very sad. I have Devontae.
He's not.
Who is it? Who's
Steelers
playing?
at the Chargers.
Gross.
Gross. Flex out. Put this on Monday night.
Okay. So I think the Chargers are favored. Mm-hmm. I want to say that they're favored by 2.5, maybe 3.
Chargers 6.5 point favorites.
What?
There have been a few games that you've been caught with. The Chargers are certainly
because I disagree.
Yeah, the Rams are one of those.
I didn't get caught with them.
And the Saints. Is that the other one that you just like, well, that's free money. So if you're throwing a parlay, throwing a parlay out there to get out there and get those 3. Mm-hmm. Saints, Rams, and Chargers.
So the Chargers are taking on the Steelers in L.A., but the Steelers fans will be there, so it's probably going to be a home game for the Steelers. Mm-hmm. I like the Chargers.
And you like them to cover?
No.
Really?
No.
Now, this is surprising. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the easiest game of the week. I think that I'm starting at quarterback for Pittsburgh this week. I'm pretty sure that they have me out there. I've got to take a quick drive and learn the playbook.
Can you even throw a football?
Accurate is all outdoors. I can hit a squirrel between the eyes at 15 yards.
At 15 yards?
I can't throw far, though. That's the problem. That's why I was never a quarterback on any of my teams.
So you do not have an arm.
I can't chuck it out there that far. My mechanics or something is wrong. Accurate is all outdoors, but you go past about 25 yards, and now we're just like...
Yeah, stick to golf.
That's the problem. You got to know your strengths and know your weaknesses. Chargers are going to crush this game. I think this is an absolute simple pick. The Pittsburgh Steelers have no quarterback. They have no quarterback. I think their team is dead in the water. They were the dumbest team in the league this year when they traded their first-round pick. They should have known they were looking right in the face of Tua Tagovailoa if they just ride this loss train correctly. Lose out the season. You have a perfect quarterback to take over when Big Ben's done. And the next thing they do, they trade away their first-round pick for a safety because that's what their team needed was a safety.
He's been playing very well.
And it's led to a lot of wins. What are they going to win the Super Bowl this year? Who cares? What is Big Ben immortal? Even if he comes back next year, what's their game plan? To lose every game with Big Ben so they can get a top pick? Like, I don't understand.
You don't need a top pick for a good quarterback.
It helps. It absolutely helps.
Does not.
I like Chargers to win. I like the Chargers to cover. Steelers, I wouldn't start any Steeler because I'm anti-Steeler for the most part this year.
Why?
Just this year. I just don't like the swag. The fact that they trashed on my boy Le'Veon Bell last year. The fact that they kicked Antonio to the curb like they thought they could do better. And they've suffered the consequences for their actions. So James Conner, if you're going to catch those 1-yard tap passes, good luck. Jalen Samuels, he's out this week. So it's going to be all James Conner, which is probably too much for him to handle.
I think you start Connor. I think you start Juju on that beat.
Yeah, you go ahead and start. If you have him, you have to start him. If you have him, you have to start him. There's nothing you can do about that. But I'm avoiding it in any way personally. I'm not going to advise any other fantasy owner to bench him, but I am personally avoiding him. I won't start him in daily. I won't do anything with him. Chargers side, Keenan, get him involved. I like a huge Keenan Allen game this week.
You just like you some Keenan.
I do. I think Melvin Gordon has a good game. I think Austin Eckler has a good game. Mike Williams will probably have a good game. I like all the Chargers, actually.
Really? Mike Williams?
Until he dies on like the third catch, he might have a touchdown by then. So I start all my Chargers. I bench all my Steelers is how I do it.
How many different selections have we made? About 5?
About 4 or 5, yeah.
All right, good.
And the last game of the week, Monday Night Football.
Monday
night. Detroit at Green Bay.
Okay, so I think the Green Bay Packers are favored by probably 3.5, 4.
Green Bay Packers favored by 4.
Yeah.
And you are confident that the Detroit Lions.
What?
Oh, you're not taking Detroit?
No, go Pack, go.
Oh, unbelievable. Chalk. Go, Chalk, go. That feels like you're working for school at this point.
Go Pack, go.
Does the fact that it's in Green Bay, where Matthew Stafford has had a few, he's averaging like 290 or something over like his last 3 games, doesn't bother you at all? No Devontae Adams, doesn't bother you at all. Jamal Williams, who knows?
Go Pack, go.
Yeah, I'm with you. This feels academic. I don't believe in the hype for Kerryon Johnson. I haven't seen anything
I
yet.
like the hype.
I haven't seen it yet. It's just a lot of typical Detroit running back chatter at this point. He's the Reggie Bush, the Javid Best. He's basically a complete and utter black hole of running back production there. LeGarrette Blount, I think, led the league in touchdowns. And I'm not even certain he was
with the Patriots.
Was it the Patriots the year before he went to Detroit? I was gonna say I thought it was the Patriots, but I'm not certain. I don't like him. I don't think Detroit's anything good, and I'm against him 100%.
Same way you're against Chicago Bears running backs.
Yeah, and I haven't been wrong yet. Not since Cedric Benson and Thomas Jones. So start your Packers. MVS, Geronimo Allison. If you have
you
to.
Start Aaron Jones, that's for sure.
Yes. Detroit, Kenny Galladay.
Yeah, start Kenny.
Better than nothing.
Galladay.
I thought you were going to go smooth routes. That's it. That's the football review for this week. We'll keep track of everything. We'll see what happens. Any last exciting words that you want to get out for the people?
I will win yet again.
That's not happening. Have a good fun Sunday, guys. Sunday fun day. Let's do it one more time.
Yes, sir. Later.